All right. Welcome everybody. Y'all finally convinced me that Lock should really become its own entity. I have been doing Lock for about a decade now, and as I've talked to you guys and explained it to you guys, there's always questions wanting to know more. As people have seen the incredible success that it has done for my life, y'all wanted me to write a book about it, and so here we are. Congratulations! It's because of you guys, because I love you all and I appreciate you all very, very much. So I am creating this YouTube channel now. It's officially its own YouTube channel, and I will be creating all of these to go on forward. One thing that I want you to realize is on the top right hand corner, I have mentioned it to where it shows your episode number and then the point slide number as well, so that as you're going around and you're talking to other people, or you have notes or questions that you want to refer to, just write down that little number on the top right hand side, and that's going to help you for a better reference later on, and I will do that through all of these. So yeah, you guys are absolutely awesome. All right, let's just get into it. So what is LOCK? LOCK stands for Living on Cash Flow. And I want to start this off by saying I'm no genius, I'm nothing special, I'm just a student, and I've studied, and I've tried, and I failed, and I tried again, and I failed, and I tried again, and it kind of worked, and I tried again, and it failed, and you kind of see where this is going. So living on cash flow, I have found works for me. And literally everybody who has actually started following my version of Lock has told me that they have fantastic success with it. So this is now a place where we can all come together on this YouTube channel and really just start building a community, because I know it feels like you're on your own once you start taking control of your money, but we're not. We are not alone. In a world of 8 billion people, what is it? Even if 99% of the people don't like you, you still got 750 million people who do. So we're not alone, and this is a place for us to get going. All right, so this is episode 1, and I'm just going to kind of put together a general overview for everybody. And I do want to thank Wes for going through and listening to my first attempt at doing this. That's put on the other YouTube channel. It's not this official one on here, but I appreciate feedback and I appreciate helping out. All right, so let's move forward. I want you to start thinking about it. Majority of the planet is spending more than they are making. They've got student loans, they've got mortgages, they've got car payments, or, they say they can't feed themselves, and yet you notice that their hair is done, their nails done, and, they have a brand new outfit. Majority of the planet is living this way, okay? These people surround you. So if majority of the planet is doing this, that means these are the people who raised you, these are the people who teach you, and these are the people who lead you. So it's no wonder that you're struggling with money, okay? First and foremost, never, ever, ever, ever get mad at yourself if you're struggling with money, okay? It's the majority of the planet, okay? We're going to struggle with money if we've never learned how to. So give yourself a fantastic pat on the back, or a giant brownie if that's your thing, for getting here, okay? You found your tribe, okay? This is a society of people who understand the importance of money management. There is no judgment here. We are not better than you. We are not worse than you. It is absolutely no judgment. We are choosing our own path and building it. We totally welcome you for getting here and building your own path. Living on cash flow. All right. So if you're here, you're most likely already spending 100% or more of your income. You are fed up. You know that you're deserving better. And you are searching for a solution. I mean, you wouldn't be here watching videos if you weren't searching, right? So since you're already here, how about you consciously use your money? How about you stay in control, build the lifestyle you want, and implement Lock? I got a blank one right here because I want you to kind of clear your visual cortex. I just want you to take a moment, realize that it is very essential for the brain to have short lapses of not being stimulated. You got to give it that little bit of time to convert from short-term to long-term memory. So we're just taking that moment to woo-saw. All right. So here's basically what it is. We're going to create 4 accounts, okay? Now at first, these are only going to exist in Excel, okay? Don't worry about it. I'll get into it in a couple of episodes. The purpose of these accounts is to give you the experience of financial management, okay? It's here to help you, not starve you even further, okay? I am not going to be that person that says you can't buy your coffee. I am not going to be the person that says, oh, if you've got 3 kids, how dare you ever try to go out and watch a movie, okay? That's not what this is about, all right? You are going to set the pace from when it's a thought experiment to when it turns into a daily habit. These first couple episodes are just to help you understand the concept, okay? So there's absolutely no pressure on you. Don't you worry about it. We're not trying to get you to do anything. I just want you to understand the concept of these 4 accounts, okay? And even if you just understand the concept, I think you're going to help you a lot. So account number 1, this is your lock account, okay? This is your living on cash flow. This is the account that you live from. I mean, you're already doing this, so don't stress it. I mean, you got this. We are all starting at lock 100 or more, meaning that we are living off of 100% or more of our incomes. Now, as we mentioned earlier, majority of the planet is lock 100, okay? Plus. So as you slowly move 1% at a time to the others accounts, your lock will lower, okay? So think of it like a game. The lower your lock number, the better you're doing. So we got that for account number 1. Account number 2 is our worth account. Net worth. That's a very popular financial word. If you don't know it yet, that's totally cool. Don't worry, I didn't know it when I started out, okay? Net worth is basically just an estimate of how much you own overall in your finances, okay? So if you've got $10 in the bank, and you got $2 in your pocket, your net worth is $12, okay? This number is very important because banks, future business partners, and the government will just want to know if they can trust you with money. Okay, now the rule for this account is that once money is put in here, it is never taken back out, ever. Don't freak out. I said I'm not going to starve you, remember? You didn't lose this money, okay? This money will be used to take out loans, to create alliances, and to build your reputation. So even if you have $5 in that account, if you're able to borrow 15 because of it, you're able to help move yourself forward, okay? Like I said, this is just a concept. I'm not starving you. I'm not wanting to hurt you. In fact, it's the exact opposite way. All right? Account number 3 is our invest account. Now, the rule for this account is that the money must be used to gain a return on investment. Now, understand this does open up an entire new area of what is a good investment. And I feel you, okay? But for our lock tribe, an investment gives you a return. That's it. The only thing Lock Tribe considers an investment is if it gives you a return. So if you owe your brother $20 and he gives you back $21 with his paycheck, that is a return on your money, okay? From this account, every transaction must be documented. It's very, very important, especially when you're first starting out. You don't have to document the other ones, okay? Don't worry about that. When you're first starting out, you just have to document your investment account, okay? Because you're documenting how much you gained. And that's going to be important. And the final account, account number 4. This is my favorite account. This is the flow account, okay? You know how a river has to flow. So you can think of money that flows through the global economy, okay? And all you need to do is to learn how to divert a bit of that flow through to your bank accounts, okay? But you don't stop the flow. You don't just save it and hoard it, okay? That's really bad economics because of inflation. And if you don't understand what that means, don't worry about it. Like I said, it's just a concept. We got you. You'll get this, okay? So the rule for this account is that every dollar must be spent every month to keep the flow going. Hey, look at that. I'm telling you, you need to spend money. You want that latte? Go get that latte. You want to go see that premiere? Go see that premiere. But as long as you do it from your flow account, okay? Now you get to decide, does that flow go to your favorite charity, to getting a massage, or to another purchase of your choice, like I just said. Okay? You are in control of your flow. All right? So, a little bit of a summary. Lock account, that's what you live off of. Your worth account, never spent, used for loans. Investment account, must get a return on your money and be documented. Flow account, must be spent every month. Each account has its own rules. Stick to the rules and you'll be locked. You'll be living on cash flow. All right, so you're already doing these, okay? You just haven't taken control of them yet. You're already doing it. So let's just take control of it, okay? This is your money. You get to call the shots, okay? This isn't like all the, I have read hundreds of financial books in the last decade, and I tell you what, nothing infuriates me more than when I'm reading a book that's talking about how, oh, you're super poor if you're only making $4,000 a month. What the? I closed the book. I started cursing. I said, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Because at the time, I'm not even bringing home $1,200 a month. If I was making $4,000 a month, I would feel like a fucking millionaire. So, yeah, this is your money, okay? You get to call the shots. I'm not here to tell you what is rich, what is poor, what is for your life, what is not, okay? That's not what any of this is. I am not here to tell you how to live your life. We are here to help teach you just a skill set that you can incorporate into your daily life, okay? So you are in control of your money. Make your changes 1% at a time. I know it's really exciting and it's really fun and you want to get control and it's like, oh, I don't need to do 1%. I can start off with 10%. I can start with 10%. Look, don't jump, walk, okay? You don't need to jump. This is not the stage that you jump. We just need you to understand the concepts first, okay? So 1% at a time. I kind of covered a lot, these 4 separate accounts. As long as you're just understanding there's 4 separate accounts. Do you remember what the name of those are? That's okay. You don't have to. You're going to watch these again. You're going to watch the other episodes, and trust me, I'm going to repeat it a couple million more times for you. You'll eventually get it, okay? Lock is customizable. You must stick to the rules of each account, though, okay? Beyond that, it is entirely customizable. All right, you get to choose what percent goes into each account, all right? This really is your time to take back control. And I have seen it happen. I have seen plenty of people take back control. I can't even say back control, take control. There's been plenty of people who they've never had control. As soon as they started working, their money went entirely to their families. And then it went to their own, to their parents and their siblings. And then they had their own family. And then it went to their spouse and their children. And they've never had control of their money. So let's go into a few examples so you kind of understand more of what I'm talking about. I had someone say, I heard cryptocurrency is really good, so I want to put some money towards it. What account should I use? Okay, well, you got a couple options. Like I said, it's customizable. Option 1 is if you see it as an investment. Remember that lock and worth can't be used because it's not a bill and worth never gets touched. Okay, so this really goes to your belief system. If you believe that cryptocurrency will give you a profit, then use the funds from your invest account because it's going to give you a return. However, if you aren't sure if cryptocurrency is like just a bubble and you really don't want to get burned, that's okay. Use the funds from your flow account. All right, and you get to choose what percentage goes into which account, okay? You are 100% in control of this. You get to just choose your definition according to your values. Now, as long as you don't violate the account rules, you choose which account is used, okay? It'll get really tempting. I see people get tested when their worth account starts having a couple commas in it and they're like, oh, wow, fantastic. Oh, I wouldn't notice. I just. Don't violate the rules. I cannot stress that enough because every time I've seen someone bend the rules, they always get completely off track, get sabotaged, and they have to start over from scratch a couple years later. So I mean, if you're going to do it yourself, hey, I get it. I'm one of those people, you tell me the paint's wet, I'm going to go see how wet it is. Okay, I got to figure it out for myself. If you're like me, awesome. But if you can be smarter than me and learn from other people's mistakes, including my own mistakes, you're going to be ahead that much faster, okay? Another question. My family member is asking for money. What should I do? Well, once again, it's up to you, okay? If you want the standard that your money should be appreciated with appreciation, then create a written agreement stating what you are giving and exactly how much you want back. You would use the investment account. The example with your brother, you would write down, I'm giving you $20, and with your next paycheck on the blank of whatever, I expect $21 back. And then you both sign it. Now, if you want it to be a charitable donation, then you do a written agreement stating, hey, I'm giving you $20 as a one-time gift, and I don't expect any payment back. And you can use it from your Flow account. Once again, you're completely in control. You just get to decide which one you're doing. Now, I have had that question, why a written agreement? Especially if it's going to be a charitable donation, why do I need a written agreement? It's not from the investment account, so I don't need to have it documented. Okay, you got me there. I can see how some people find that hypocritical. Here's why I do a written agreement. My memory isn't perfect at all. I get into my zones, I get into my workings, and I forget not only what day, but what month or even what year we are in. So my memory isn't perfect. With a written agreement, I'm able to look at it. Another reason why I say a written agreement is because you're setting a standard for how you want others to treat your money. You are now stating, hey, my money is important to me, my money has value to me, and I want everyone to understand that. And yes, it can deter others from becoming users because they'll become conscious of just how much they are asking from you. When I first started doing this, people were making fun of me, and a couple people started really getting angry at me. And it was because they had to look at how much they were using me. And don't get me wrong, these people are great friends and they were very well meaning, and they felt embarrassed. They felt frustrated having to see that, oh, wow, you've given me over $100 this month in various gifts. They get really stressed. They get really frustrated. So it just helps to deter others. Also, you're part of a tribe, okay? The Lock tribe loves to keep records. Okay, we love it. We love it, love it, love it, love it. Hate going through it, hate organizing it. That's what my CPAs are for, and personal assistants are for, but I love to keep them because when I need that feedback, when I need that understanding, I've got it for my own records. So Lock tribe loves to keep records, and if you're going to become a Lock tribe, start keeping these records. And last but not least, records make you conscious of just where your money is actually going. They're giving you more control. When I had to start becoming consciously aware of how much money I was giving to people, I would be buying people food all the time. I'd be helping them out with, oh, can you help me out with this bill? Can you help me with that bill? And, oh, can you just give me a dime here? Oh, can you just give me $20 here? I had to become really aware that I was not valuing myself. I was not valuing my life, my family, if I'm giving away all of my finances. So that's why I suggest a written agreement. Take home from that is just getting into the habit of keeping records, okay? Lock tribe. We are a tribe. They always say find your own tribe. I spent probably the better half of 2 decades trying to figure out where I fit in, trying to fit in with the artists, trying to fit in with the scientists, trying to fit in with the entrepreneurs, trying to fit in with the laborers. And I couldn't find a place I fit. And as I was doing my own journeys and I was talking to other people, I have more and more people being like, God, I wish I had your tribe. I wish I could fit into your group. And that's what this is. This is me attracting my tribe. We are not alone out there, okay? We are not alone. We feel alone. And for many, many years of my life, I ate alone. I slept in a vehicle alone. I worked alone. And it felt very isolating. But as I started talking to people, I realized my values are not alone. And that's what Lock Tribe is about. When you need your space, cool, dude. take it. I mean, I'll cut people off, turn my phone off, turn my internet off, and people can't find me. They just kind of get used to that by now. But when you're ready to socialize, when you're needing that support, that's what this is for. That's what this YouTube channel is for. It's that seed that will eventually blossom and take over, because we are not alone. We are a tribe. Another question, just as an example. She asked, my boyfriend wants me to pay for half the cable bill. Which account do I use? And I said, okay, well, if you live together, then this is expense as a bill. And according to the account rules, all bills must be paid from the lock account. So I'd go with option 1, which is to use your lock account. But if you don't live at his place, yet you feel it's fair, since you're over there hanging out and watching cable or whatever, then just let it flow. Use the flow account. You're still doing what you want to do. You're just being conscious of how you're doing it. That's all this really is. That's all the whole first step is about, is just becoming conscious. I'm not trying to change you. I'm not trying to judge you. If you start, getting into the tribe and there's judgment, let us know. Talk to a bunch of us, because we will not judge each other. We are all struggling. We are all learning, and we all have different values. Okay, so you're still going to do what you want to do. We're just trying to teach you to become conscious about how you're doing it. And it kind of goes into that. There are no wrong choices as long as you never break the account rules. Never break the account rules. Start it and then never break the rules, and you will continue to see growth and prosperity in your life. There's going to be challenges. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be self-doubt. Absolutely. But with anything, there's going to be that. There are no wrong choices here. Okay. So we're going to go over the account rules again. Okay. All bills must be paid from lock. Money put into this account is never spent. Worth. Any funds taken from here must be documented and get a return. Invest. Every dollar must be spent each month. Flow. Got those? Awesome. All right. Let's start with 1%. Let's choose your first move. Hopefully you're understanding a little bit better. It's about 4 different accounts, and we're going to choose just 1% of your income. So if you've got $1, we're talking about a penny. Okay? And if you don't have a penny, don't worry about it. Just start walking along a main street, and I promise you, by the time you get through 10 city blocks, you're going to find a couple pennies. Okay? So let's start you on that path. All right. Homeless people can start with 1%. Like I said, it's a penny. Okay? When I was homeless and I was sleeping under the boardwalk with my cat at night, I started setting aside 1% of my daily earnings. So there are no excuses. If you come up to me and try to give me some excuse about why you can't start, I will tell you to fuck off. I will just straight up tell you fuck off and walk away, because there are no excuses. Okay? It's just no. Now, if you have convinced yourself that 1% is too much for you, then, stop listening. Go be content with your misery, because you're not ready yet. All right? Go back, experience more emotional pain until you are ready, maybe in a day, maybe in a week, maybe in a year, maybe in a decade, and then come back here. Okay? Once again, a blank slate. I just need you to question yourself. Is 1% too much for you? Because I remember when I read The Millionaire Mindset by T. Harv Eker, and this is where the idea for lock first grew from. And he said, you got to do 10%. And at the time, 10% literally was impossible. I mean, I'm barely able to feed my children off of food stamps. And 10% of the income just wasn't there. I mean, we're talking maybe $2 per paycheck over bills. So I felt like a failure. I felt like I was lower class and I would never get into the upper class. And of course, none of this is on T. Harv Eker, okay? You stay the Harv Eker because you're freaking awesome and I appreciate you and love you so much. But it was too much. You were asking me to leap before I could walk. And at that point, I couldn't even crawl. So that's what this is for, okay? Are you ready for 1%? And remember, this is all just a mental exercise where we're not even actually putting money yet, okay? This is just a mental exercise. All right, we're choosing that first 1%. This means you have to clarify your values, okay? Each account stands for a certain value. If you value legacy, then you're going to start building your worth account. If you value growth, then you're going to start building your invest account. But if you value freedom, then you're going to start practicing with your flow account. All right, let's go into a little bit more. Legacy from your worth account. Okay, so if you're going to build your legacy, you understand that building something for a lifetime takes a lifetime. So you can be patient with your money. I mean, you have no imminent financial pressures upon you. Maybe you're still living at home and you really don't have to pay any bills. Or maybe you got a good job and it pays the bills and you're not really stressed about anything. So, you'd have a person who you would rather have a retirement party at the end of 40 years than, have your boss recognize you the first day of work. Okay? And for legacy, you love the idea that today, this is the poorest you'll ever be because you know you'll never take money away from your worth. Now, this is important to me because I remember the day I started my worth account. Gets me every time. Started with 15 cents, okay? It was a dime and 5 pennies, and my son and I had found a dime and a penny walking to the bank, okay? He was just a youngin', but he was so happy to hand over those coins. And I said to myself, from now on, I know my worth, and that will never be taken away from me again. I wanted a legacy for my son, and it started that day for me. So if that's where you are, if these are the values you hold, you should start with your worth account. Now, growth account is your investment account, okay? So if you are a person who is not content with where you are, if there are financial pressures on you, look, you have got these bills to be done. You're the only one paying rent. You are having to pay your student loans. You have to, feed 4 children. You got financial pressures on you, okay? If you know you are living below par for your standards, you don't want to be in, 4 people in a 2-bedroom apartment. You want a 4-bedroom house. If you know you are below your standards, if you are absolutely ready for a change in the coming years, and if you're searching for that something that's missing from your life, and your current income levels are not enough, then the invest account is probably the best place for you to start. This is what's really going to help focus you, drive up your income. So if that's where you're at, this is where you need to go. And freedom for the flow account. Now, look, if you're like me, you absolutely hate being oppressed in any fashion, okay? You can tell me that I need to go to the left, and I'll say, well, I'm going to try out the right first. That's just who I am. That is one of my greatest strengths. I do not let anyone tell me what path I'm allowed to take. And I'll never deny myself the pleasures that I seek, okay? If I am feeling a craving for, sugar, I will get sugar. Now, granted, I'm not eating 4 pounds of sugar, but I will get sugar because I need to change ASAP. If I start getting a headache, I will immediately go into a dark area, cover my eyes, relax, massage my neck, make sure that I take care of the headache, okay? Because I take care of things immediately. Now, if nothing completes your mood, so you're always feeling a bit starved in life, everyone's like, gosh, you're never content. Gosh, you're never content. Oh, I keep trying. Well, I am not a cup, okay? I am a flowing massive river, and that is never in one place, okay? If you view money as just a tool, okay, I don't care if it costs me 20 cents or $20,000. If it's something I like and I want in my life, I'll get it. I don't place a high value on money. Money to me is just paper. That's the freedom of saying whatever, let it go. That's probably going to be where you need to start with the flow account. Now, I want you to remember, you're going to be choosing all 3 of these eventually, okay? We have all of those values. We all want legacy. We all want growth. We all want freedom. but we're just trying to find the path for you. We're just trying to find that one that you're going to start with, okay? Because eventually you're going to have all these values. So to start, you just have to discover which value is more important to you at this point in your life, because you are in control. Your life situation is going to dictate your current values, okay? There are no wrong choices. Every person is at a different level of growth. This is a picture of the first time that my son Aiden held my daughter Ilya. I keep a laminated copy of it in my wallet. You ever see me, ask me, I'll pull it out and show you with pride. There's a beautiful quote on the other side. And this picture just has gotten me through so many hard times and so many times of self-doubt, because my children are my world. I absolutely adore and love them and miss them every second they're away from me. And I want you to really understand, every person is growing at a different level. In this picture, my son is about 4 years old and my daughter's a newborn. My son needed a different level of guidance than my daughter needed. So I really want you to keep that in mind as you go forward with this. You are going to need things differently than other people, and other people need things differently than you. There is no right or wrong. There is simply the 4 accounts and following the 4 rules for each account. Okay, so we're going to get a bit into the language of lock. As I showed in the first part of it, you'll see in the top right hand corner, like this one is episode 1, and now this is power slide 32. This is for quick reference when you're showing other people or for when you're wanting something. If I'm saying something that's just getting your attention, just look at the PowerPoint slide. So that you can look up and say, okay, that's where we were at. And now it's going to be a lot quicker and a lot easier for you to find where you are. Hashtag LOC. Now, since it is customizable, the main focus on how much you are living off of, that's the living off of cash flow. Okay, so that's kind of the superstar of it. I mean, after all, the goal is to be in control and happy with your income, right? Your cash flow. So the shorthand is going to look something like this. Hashtag LOC97. Now the longhand is going to look like 97111. Now you can customize this vocabulary to your life, okay? It's a wisdom here to serve you. But LOC is pronounced lock because you are locking your future in place with this habit. And remember, with a lock, you're the one who holds the key. That's what I love so much about that metaphor. You are the one holding the key to your lock. Hashtag LOC97. It's pronounced 97 lock, 97% lock. That's what you're telling people. Hey, I got 97% lock. That's telling people, hey, I'm living off of 97% of my income. And if you ever see that anywhere, you need to comment, you need to high five, you need to hug, you need to congratulate that person and tell them they are fucking awesome and amazing. Because remember, majority of the planet is living off of 100% or more, right? So for them to just get to the point of having 97%, that is probably the hardest first step anyone's ever going to take. So you tell that person they are completely awesome. And if you yourself have gotten to lock 97, hit me up in the comments. See me on a speaking engagement. You are absolutely awesome. I will give you a high five. I will give you a hug. I will tell you you're awesome because I know personally how hard that journey is. Now, the longhand of it, if you were to write it out more specifically, is you're going to lock 97111. That just means you put 97% into your living on cash flow, 1% onto your worth, 1% into your investment, and 1% into your flow. That's how the vocabulary is going to look. Everyone's going to have different numbers. Now, hashtag Lock Tribe. Okay, this is about finding others who value their money management skills. Because it is difficult when you are literally surrounded by billions, that's billions with a B, as Uncle G would say, billions of people who do not know how to handle their money. So a Lock Tribe is just creating this movement where we create a safe environment to talk about money. I'm going to ask you to start a conversation, okay? Because we need to learn from each other. I'm going to ask you to use hashtag lock as a non-invasive way to start talking about finances, okay? Don't ask people how much they're spending on money, how much they're spending on birth control, how much, don't ask those kind of invasive questions. You don't need to know that. But if you just say about lock, it's non-invasive. You can still start a conversation without violating privacy. And I will need you to understand that your lock will fluctuate as your income, goals, and life situations change, okay? And you know what? Introduce lock to children. Give them the financial head start that you were never given. I mean, that's why you're searching now. Do you want these children to be your age and just now beginning their journey? So, start the conversation. Give them a head start. And of course, incorporate hashtag into your daily life. Like, it is a lifestyle. So, if you're an artist, make a work of art surrounding your interpretation of lock. If you're a writer, write an article about it. If you're a graffiti artist, heck yeah, let me see some artwork. That'd be cool. I'm totally an artist at heart, and I love personal expression because you are forcing me to see the world in a way I never would have been able to on my own, and I just feel so honored by that gift. So incorporate lock into your daily life. If you never read another book again, okay, because I know for some reason people don't like reading books, I'll never get it. I mean, I even living out of a car, about 90% of my possessions were books I just couldn't get rid of. But if you never read another book again, don't worry. Don't you worry at all. You do not have to be me, okay? Just live according to the account rules. Just live according to those rules. Remember that the account rules. Lock. All bills must be paid from this account. Worth. Money put into this account is never spent. Invest. Any funds taken from here must be documented and get a return. Flow. Every dollar must be spent each month. Okay? So, for any of you guys who know me, my first mile marker was lock 40, which is why every one of these presentations is going to have 40 slides. Okay? So, at this point in time, you should know the drill. I mean, this is a YouTube, so we're going to ask you to share this content with others. Remember that for YouTube, as of 2018, they judge it upon minutes watched, okay? So if you're really wanting to help us out, you're going to take at least one episode and watch it from beginning to end. You're going to hit like, and you're going to subscribe to the channel. That's what's really going to help us be able to move forward and reach out to more people. But of course, you can create your own content. I mean, get this vocabulary out there, please. I don't need people to know who I am or what my name is. I just need people to know that they are beautiful and empowered and freaking awesome, and money is just one way that they can express that. So, get it out there. Hashtag lock tribe, hashtag lock97, or whatever your current number is. Take pride in what you're doing. So, just go ahead and get it all out there. And this was the first episode. As I said, we had a trial episode on a different channel and had some great feedback on that. But as far as this one, I'd love feedback. Comment. Please, please, please comment. If I ever see a comment on there, yeah, I'm totally going to hit you back and we're going to start up a conversation because we are not alone. Money is scary only because nobody taught us how to use it, okay? We're in a society that sees us as a resource to exploit, and I want to change that mentality on a global scale. And that starts with changing myself, which I've done over the last decade, and it's now morphing into helping you change yourself. So stay awesome, my amazing Lock tribe. I love you all. I appreciate you all. You guys make me strong every day as well. And yeah, look forward to seeing you. We've already got 13 episodes sketched out. So, this is something serious. This is something big. So we're glad that you're here from the very beginning. So, love y'all, and I will talk to you guys in the next episode. Bye.